Yo, it's Gray Matter. So I'm back again. I'm not talking about tariffs at the moment. I really don't have nothing else to say. It's pretty self-explanatory. Trump slapped a nice 145% tariff on China because they thought they was hot shit, and now they're throwing a hissy fit online. You think that they're actually coming out on top when really they're complaining because they're coming out of pocket for American products. I'm not gonna go deep into that shit. I'm sick of seeing traitorous Americans online shilling for China. I'm trying to stay away from the dumbassery, but it's fucking everywhere. And then I leave politics, and then I go back to this content right here because it pops up in my feed. Of course, I'm now subscribed, of course, and I'm seeing the dumbest shit ever. Women justifying being gold diggers, not even gold diggers. Women justifying moving like escorts. I got 3 videos on this shit. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna let you listen to this, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts. If you want to hear what Anton has to say about it, I'll leave it in the description. But this shit is getting on my fucking nerve. And I'm gonna be blunt. This is why women aren't getting picked. Straight up. This is why. I want to talk about the male loneliness epidemic, but for every one man, there's like 10 women that ain't getting nothing. Y'all outnumber us. So if we single, you definitely single. Well, let's get into this shit.
Hey ladies, let's talk about how broke men don't love you. Hear me out. Men are givers by design. This is the way God made them. This is why they are the providers. They produce seed. They are givers by nature. Women, we are receivers by nature. We are nurturers by design. This is why you hear Dr. Miles Monroe say that if you give a woman a seed, she'll multiply it and turn it into a baby. If you give a woman a house, she'll multiply it and turn it into a home. This is so correct. All right. So if men, by design, by nature, don't have anything to give, how do you think that's going to make him feel about you? Especially when he gets his sense of purpose from what he is able to reproduce.
Okay, I'm so sick of this shit. First things first, for starters, if a dude that's broke don't love you, it ain't got shit to do with the fact that he's broke. Because if there's one thing I notice from a lot of women, whether it be family members, women I've dealt with, women I've seen other men deal with, is that they place the value of a man on his money. Just straight up. You ain't got no money, you ain't shit. That's literally how they are. Okay? You'll feel this shit. Hell, you'll get it as a teenager. Soon as you become working age, you get no fucking respect if you don't have a damn job. And then for women to get online, because this showcases the conniving nature of women. Twisting scripture and you know, trying to essentially say that the purpose of men is to produce for women. That's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. When a dude is broke and you see that he's being abusive in a relationship against a woman, best believe that she pushed him to that point. Dudes on a regular, we ain't just out here trying to be aggressive with women. We ain't out here just trying to abuse women and just do women wrong. Dudes get pushed to that point. Best believe she's emasculating him if he's lacking financially in the most egregious ways possible. Calling him shit like little boy and talking about how he ain't paying bills and he ain't handling business. What is he good for? You hear women say this shit all the damn time online. And they want to omit all of the physical, not even physical. Women to get physical too, but mainly it's verbal. All the verbal, emotional abuse, the fact that she's cheating on you because you ain't making enough money. They'll omit all of that shit out the story and then just boil it down to, well, he don't love you because he's broke and he doesn't have a sense of self. That's bullshit. That's fucking dog shit. Then I want to address the second part where we're talking about you know, giving the women. Like first things first, that when you give a woman a seed, it'll come out, it'll become a baby. When you give her a house, it'll become a home. That's for good women. Good women do that shit. But a lot of the women of today, they don't give you shit but sorrow. They don't give you shit but liabilities. Even your children are used as tools to strip you of your assets. That's another thing. And it's the women that's begging for money that's going to do this shit to you. But she's trying to justify being a damn gold digger, being a damn escort, moving like a stripper, whatever the fuck you want to say it. They exchange their bodies for finances in one way, shape, or another. And still, it don't even fulfill on those promises either. That's the fucked up part about this shit. And then it's like, well, men are providers and women are supposed to be the help me. She ain't trying to help your ass with nothing. She even says it later on in this video that if a dude is broke, it's best to just leave him alone and make him wait. It's like, what? Meanwhile, Tyrone digging her guts out. Because best believe, she ain't gonna fucking wait for shit. She gonna make you wait. You're not allowed to get nothing. But best believe somebody else is test driving while you out trying to build yourself. There's a plethora of men out here nowadays whose wives or future wives are getting ran through right now as we speak. Someone's fucking your future wife right now. I hate to be that guy to tell you that, but that's what's going on in today's modern society with all this feminism and hookup culture going on nowadays. And everyone wants to be like, well, body count don't matter, but it does. And I'm going to explain that when we review the next video, because I got 3 of these motherfuckers. Anyway, I didn't even notice. Look at her fucking eyes, man. Damn. You can tell this bitch crazy. Let's just let it play.
This is where men find their value in their job, in their purpose, and what they are able to give and what they are able to produce. Well, how do I know? That is why they call tithes your seed money, sowing a seed. So a man's value is tied to his money. So if he's not able to do for you, and if he's not able to give, it's hard for him to love you. Men's love grow for a woman by how much he's able to do for her, how much he's able to give her.
No, my love for a woman comes when she brings me peace. When I find a mutual connection, I realize that she's actually a decent human being and she gives me peace. Then I start catching feelings. Not that shit. Oh, he loves you based on what he wants to do for you. Fuck, that's a result of the love. But if I'm doing a bunch of shit and I'm not feeling appreciated, I don't want to do that shit no more. She's talking about women being receivers. Women are helpmeets. You're not supposed to just receive. You're supposed to give back. That's the part that she keeps leaving that part out.
That is how a man shows his love, through his pocketbook.
Notice how they don't value anything. And when I say anything,
and before you go, well, she turns her house into a home and she can make a seed a baby, because I heard that part. That's not what I'm talking about. Because all a baby is extra responsibility. If I give a woman my seed, especially in my current situation right now, that's going to financially cripple me if she decides to have that baby. So no, you're not helping me in any way, shape, or form dealing with that.
anything except for your ability to produce and give them money. Real talk. Like, there's no qualifications to meet it. You know, every woman thinks that they deserve a rich man. Cool. Well, then share him with all of the other women that want to be a part of his life also.
Yeah, that's another thing. he's actually about to break it down, but I wanted to get into that too. I'm gonna leave this video in the description. There's another video was talking about this is why she can't have a lot of bodies, which yeah, there's a reason for that shit, and they're about to discuss that because we're talking about women being feeling like they deserve some shit that they really don't deserve. I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna give you my commentary on that. I'm gonna be blunt. I wanted to rant on all three of these shits when I was just listening to this while I was at work unloading this damn truck. It was just back to back bullshit. I hit a 3 for 1 today. So let's get into this.
I guess the whole, to bring it back, you know, is just, I think that's why some guys may be a little bit more apprehensive about getting with certain women that they know maybe had a different experience, because in their mind it may not be something that they can measure up to. And I think that may be a thing for a guy that just, like, if a guy is just trying to fuck, that's different than a guy that's trying to impress her. You know what I'm saying? So I think the guys that just want to try to shoot a shot, you got to have a different mindset if you're trying to get with a girl versus a guy that want to deal with her maybe for an extended period of time or want to take her out or some shit. I don't think that it's gonna make sense. And on the flip side, I don't think that a woman can come back from that though. I think it's hard to come back or come back down to something after you've been way the fuck up there. And so sometimes I'm wondering if women are a little bit more apprehensive about being around certain guys. And I'm not just talking about like the Floyds or whatever. I'm just talking about being around certain guys in general, because maybe they fear that they have to come back down from that experience and they don't want to feel like that no more. I don't know.
I'm just letting them talk right now.
It's kind of hard. I guess it would be kind of hard to date if you're used to dating men that are a little bit more wealthier, to date somebody a little slightly below that. You would just have better experiences. I can definitely, not saying women won't date down, I guess. I don't know. But in the back of her mind, I think
And I fucking hate that term dating down, because 9 times out. Never mind.
there will be some
I'll say that later.
comparing.
Let me shut up.
Why?
Because when, like Anton says, when you get a taste of something, it's just like you can't unsee it. Like those experiences have happened. And then it's like you're with a guy and it's like, okay, well, if this guy can do this, you really could be doing better.
Because that's what
So
women do.
wait.
Yep. All right. Slimmy goes on a fucking rant, but what he's talking about why can't women relive those experiences. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. I don't care about women trying to work their ass off to get to the level that men are at financially, just so they can create those experiences for themselves. I don't give a damn about none of that. My problem that I have with all this, because like I was saying, women be getting around. We already know that they're all chasing these rich motherfuckers. These rich dudes, once again, trick out on these chicks. They trick out on these women, and then the women, after they done got passed up because the dude don't want to keep her, when the average guy shows up and he tries to date her, she's pushing all of those old experiences onto him and even looking down on him like she's better than that guy because she got taken to, Ruth Chris, or she got a Birkin bag or some other bullshit. She's mad at the average dude because he ain't able to do that shit, right? She looks at him as less than. Molly here literally just said, well, you really could be doing better. Like she's looking down on the dude. This is why marriages fail, because a lot of these women who are divorcing over finances and shit, they're mad that they're not getting the lifestyle that they experienced when that high status guy got to them. and they're taking it out on their fucking husbands. Women do this shit where they leave their men, they boyfriends for the guy of higher status because they want that fucking money. They want that experience. It ain't just about the sex, even though they comparing you to other dudes during the sex too. That's why high body count is a fucking problem. She got all these experiences and it inflated her ego and puffed her up, and now she thinks she's so much better than you. When really, in all reality, she's right where she belongs. If she was of any importance or anything great, like she thinks she is, just because that dude spent all that fucking money on her just so he can get in her drawers, he wouldn't have just fucked her and left. He would have actually tried to marry her. It's part of the reason why these chicks can't stay with these rich dudes. Because really, they're not good enough. I'm just going to be blunt. When you look at what the dude got to deal with and how he maintains his money, his finances, etc., she would just be a huge liability. So he pushes her off back to the streets. And then she brings all of her liabilities onto the average dude and then gets mad when he can't carry the weight. And she's mentally comparing the average guy to the rich dude she was fucking with not too long ago. Or maybe it was long ago. Maybe it was some years ago. And then they get online and talk shit and say that dudes are unmotivated and that men are weak. And that's why they're having problems with the women. When really, these chicks can't enjoy shit. They're not content at all with anything. They're always hypergamous. I call it opportunistic. Always trying to get what's better. Always looking to what they feel they deserve instead of looking at the now. Like, people will tell you, comparison is the thief of joy. They're always comparing. How the fuck are you going to have a relationship with that shit? It's because she got exposed to some shit that she really shouldn't have been exposed to, but it is what it is. Now dudes got to suffer because they got to compete with these top 20%. They fucking all y'all wives. Fucking sad, man.
Wait.
That's what women do. Natural.
No, wait. See. Now this is where we have
And
a
they say it's natural. Shit is evil.
problem.
Jerry, why you
Because-
smiling?
This is what
Because-
women do naturally. They always compare.
Wait. So, but why do you have to have these experiences with men and you can't have these experiences on your own? So if you can't
Well,
afford them for yourself, if you can't
no,
afford
that's
them
not
for
the
your
same thing.
wait.
Well, it really isn't. I mean, I guess it is, because if they actually try to get there, they'll realize how hard it actually really is, and they wouldn't be so damn rough on the men. Actually, no, not even then, because bitches nowadays can go on OnlyFans and fucking make a killing. Dudes can't do that. Where the fuck was I going with that shit? What the fuck is Slimmy talking about? Nah, bro. You got whole propaganda going all over the place. Yes, I said whole, or better yet, streetwalker propaganda. If he ain't got no money, that means he don't love you. And then they end up with the rich dude, and the rich dude fuck on them and push them to the side, and then they spend the rest of their lives trying to find another fucking rich dude. And then when they have to get the average guy, because let's just be real, that's her lane, that's her league, she's mad. And then she blames the guy for it, and then the dude has to suffer for this shit. That's what it has to be. That every chick is talking about fucking money. But hey, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then of course, the next video, she's already dated the rich man. Can't stop talking about why women date. Why date a woman that's spoiled, bro? This shit writes itself.
For the dudes that come behind,
But yeah, he explains it.
guys that made they chick rich or something like that. And honestly, this is just a general question, but for you guys. I don't be understanding how dudes come behind and be trying to keep up with the chick's lifestyle after some rich nigga then left her or something like that. It's like, nigga, you know you can't stick around. You're not gonna be around. Like when the dancer went with J Lo or I'm a Side Man came after Russell Simmons. It's like, dog, don't you know what you just got yourself into?
That's why he broke.
Unless you're gonna be a boy toy. But then when they get them pregnant or something, it's like, dog, don't you know you just came behind a, you know what I'm saying? Like this is not sustainable.
Yeah, that's a throwaway.
That's why he's broke.
That's
He
a throwaway.
He tried to sustain that, and he went.
What was you about to say, Molly?
Nothing. I was just clearing my throat.
Like you can't come behind somebody like that and think that it's gonna make sense.
That's a throwaway, man.
Not even just that. Women that come from dating the top, like dudes that got a lot of money, whether you talking locally or whether you talking big celebrities, like Ray J chick, she still be online talking about Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
What you mean?
I mean, that coincides with the whole comparison shit. Like, and then they put it on the men to get more money. And they say that the reason why women don't respect you is because you ain't making enough money. When really the real problem is that she's just not getting the toys that she want. She's not getting the luxury bags that she wants. She's not getting the vacations that she wants. She wants you to work your ass while she go and have her fun. She wants you to work your ass off. No sex, no pleasure, nothing, just stress. And then when you finally become the best you can possibly be, then she wants to come back. All right, now it's time for you to give me shit. That's all it is. That's why dudes settle on just tricking, because they ain't trying to be in comparison to the chick, or not chick, in comparison with the dude that the chick had before them. It's better just pump and dump and not deal with the stress. That's literally how they operating right now. If chicks knew how to be content, this wouldn't be a problem.
Hey, she be online talking about Floyd
no,
Mayweather.
that's not how Anton. He know how to.
Carrie, that is very true. That is very true. Carrie,
she wasn't just online talking about him. Like it was a part of her conversation. Okay. No. I take that back. All I saw was that it was a part of a conversation. Maybe she had another conversation that was all focused on Floyd, and she kept talking and talking and talking and talking. But what I saw, she was just saying what it was like when she was kicking it with him and like how she feels about him.
But what she
feels about him?
Wait.
Well, like what her thoughts are about him.
Oh, okay.
Why was she? But she was still with Ray J.
Yeah, you can't really speak on another man.
That's weird because her and Ray J have broken up and gotten back together and threatened divorce like a couple of times. So and I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying her and Ray J have had a weird situation for years now. So
Carrie,
I wouldn't.
Why is Ray J with her?
No. What did she say?
Because he married her.
Wait, listen, Carrie.
And she ain't keep Floyd though. I'm through with this shit. If I get any new political news, I'll talk about it. I know I said something about the Real ID, but we're not finna get all deep into that right now. I'll probably pull up the Constitution articles about that shit. We'll talk about that some other time. Peace.